So you say you never chase women.
Nah, I don't chase women.
But you chase Mariah.
Now, this is the thing. I put it out there that I was all into Mariah. I didn't chase her. And interestingly enough, like even how the story goes, now every interview, who's your celebrity, I would be like Mariah Carey, Mariah Carey. I spoke it into existence. Okay. She heard about it. She called me. Okay. You know what I mean? And she's like, and ultimately she was like, yo, I heard all the nice things you've been saying about it. I was like, yo, it's true. I feel it. And then she actually hired me to direct one of her videos in the beginning and all that stuff. And through then, it was a real conversation. But even at that time, and that's even why people find it so weird that we didn't have sex before we got married, because I wasn't chasing it. Like, when you think about most sexual activities, it's the dude like, I'm trying to hit him. I didn't care. Like one, because I was getting plenty of sex, and I actually wanted to get to know the person. Mm-hmm. So when those conversations came up, I was never pushing up, and therefore it didn't seem weird. Like, I think that's so thirsty when dudes trying to fuck. Like, first of all, you missing all the greatness of what this woman is offering, because you so like every woman got a vagina, like so, but every woman don't have power. Every woman doesn't have intellectual ability. So when I meet someone that has something that other women, I'm focused on that. Mm-hmm. I know you got a pussy, like, and if it's so be it, if it's in the cards, we gonna get to that. Mm-hmm. But that ain't the first thing I'm looking for. So even with my ex-wife, I was like, I wanted to get to know her on a spiritual level. I wanted to understand so many things, and that's where we built that first. And if she was like, "Yo, we not fucking until you," I'm cool with that.
Oh, so that was her idea?
That was her standard. You know what I mean? Like, so I was cool with
her
that.
standard was that she wasn't gonna have sex until she got married.
That was real talk. And it's so funny because you hear like so many rumors about Mariah, how wild and like that.
Well, she was married before.
That's what I was like. If you break down Mariah's like personal sexuality, like regardless of what you may believe that you've seen, she was dealing with the head of her label since the age of 18.
Right.
She was Tommy's girl.
Yeah.
Wasn't nobody fucking with her when she was Tommy's girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's since she was a child, which is a little weird if we're going to talk about that.
How old was Tommy when he got married?
Old as shit.
40s, 50s?
Yeah. Like, you know, he was with a 8, but I understand his mentality. He was like, I got me a new little princess that's untainted and untouched, or however he perceived it. And he built her into the powerhouse that she became. She was married to him and then she dated, you know, a couple of dudes in between there, the Derek Jeters, the Luis Miguel's, and even then, I don't know, I don't ask so many questions, but all of those relationships with her, she was like, yo, I'm trying to focus in and marry these guys. Like she never had no frivolous relationships. So then even by the time she got to me, it all clicked. I was like, oh yeah, you not out here like a lot of these other chicks. You know what I mean? She's like, no. She's like, one, she's in a box. She's in a glass bubble.
Yeah, she's protected.
Yeah.
You can't run up on Mariah Carey.
Yeah. So the average dude can't pop at Mariah Carey.
No.
So
impossible.
Yeah, so even the ones that tried, like, and again, just like any woman, like, you gonna flirt and might kiss and do little things, but if you have standards, you're gonna stick to those standards, and I respected that.
Did you guys ever have a conversation about the Eminem thing?
Oh, we had plenty of conversations about the Eminem thing.
Because that's always seemed like it was a running thing.
You
got dragged into it in a way.
Yeah, I got dragged into it. And, like, again, I wasn't going to let anybody disrespect my family, my wife. And, you know, and I was like, however you want to handle it, motherfucker, we got to handle it. If you man enough that we could just have a conversation, let's have a conversation. But you gonna apologize. Okay. And I'm going to see you in person and tell you that that's what you have to do. Because if you man enough to say this shit, you man enough to deal with it. And that's the aspect that I took with it. And at the time, you know, God rest his soul, Chris Lighty was working with us and everything. And I was like, yo, Chris, give me in front of that dude, or at least on the phone. Like, we got to figure this out. Okay. And I felt like during the time, because whatever him and Mariah had going on, one, I felt like it was weird. because they're both not normal. So I don't know. So I didn't even really get into it. I was like, that's y'all on some weird shit. Like I don't care if y'all were dating, weren't dating, y'all won't admit it, y'all did have sex, you didn't. You like, if you hear his lyrics in the warning track, he talking about dry humping, and y'all on some weird shit. Y'all like, it sound like two adolescents, like y'all on some weird shit, but I don't care about that. What I care about is respect. And you're gonna respect me as a man, you're gonna respect my family as a man. So let's deal with that shit. And if you wanna make songs about it, you wanna tap in, do all that shit, but you're not gonna disrespect me or my family, and we see each other in words not, or actions not gonna happen. And that's just how I put it out there. And then people like, didn't expect that energy from the persona that they thought I was. Like, little Nickelodeon dude think he tough. He's like, nah, it wasn't about none of that shit. Like, we gonna deal with this like men. And if you a man, let's deal with it. And then it got over sensationalized and all that shit. And it was like, it was silly at the end of the day. I was like, well shit, like, let's come on wilding out. Let's have fun. You know what I mean?
But you guys never talked.
I attempted to talk to that man so many times. And again, a little bit of a recluse. He ain't, I get it. He's a superstar. He live in his mansion in Michigan, and he don't like he talks to who he wants to talk to. But yeah. I went to management. I went to cats who know him, the street cat, whatever. Like I just want to holler at him. Like,
right.
Come on, you owe me that. You gonna put my name in a song. You gonna talk about me in interviews, but we can't chop it up like grown ass men. Like, and that was 2008 to I was on that bullshit till about 2010. By the time it was like till like 2011. By the time I was like, this is silly shit at this point. Like, and then even by the time I wasn't with Mariah anymore, I was like, nigga, we really got some stuff we can talk about. Like let's chop it up. And yeah. Cause again, he's one of my favorite MCs. Like I'm a huge Eminem fan. Yeah. As an artist, but as a man, I felt like we owed each other at least enough to have a conversation and be like, yo, you was on some fuck shit with that. Like, let's deal with it and get past it.
Yeah, I mean, but Eminem doesn't really work shit out with people. He doesn't.
But that's some coward shit.
He doesn't, I mean, he is kind of a recluse. Like, you never see him in a club. You never see him. Is that
to be respected? No, like, if we talk about some man shit.
Well, listen.
It's like, fuck you. like that. Hey, say fuck me to my face and stand there.
Yeah.
And even if it's art, if we joking around, like that's what I built Wildin' Out on. Yeah. That's some real shit. I can tell Method Man, hey, you sold out for the white man. And we could joke about that and get past it. I could say to, like, somebody could come up to, I could say to Tiger that your ex-girlfriend ain't old enough to get up in here. Like, and we could joke about and move on. Like, that shows confidence, that shows maturity, that shows that you on some man shit, that you can step up to the plate, make jokes in satire, in jest. You can still make jokes and shit is cool.